Hello everyone and welcome to Knife Review 3000. Today we've got the Katsu Handmade D2 steel blade G10 handle bamboo style Japanese razor pocket folding knife with pocket clip. Uh, um, it's mainly found on Amazon for about 50 bucks. So what you get for that is about a 3-inch blade. It weighs about 3.3 ounces, and it is a kind of a top flipper, front flipper kind of deal with that handle there. Loosely based on some of older friction folders coming out of Japan. I'm not really sure where this is made. It says handmade, but there's no markings as far as China or Japan. I'm guessing it's one of the two. I'm leaning towards China, but I'm not sure. I've looked at a few forums and websites and things, and I've seen it say both, that it's definitely made in Japan and it's definitely made in China. I don't know. Also for 50 bucks, just kind of an odd thing, you get this nice box. That kind of screams China. Also, we have this other box, and like a canvas little pouch, which is kind of odd on a $50 knife, but kind of neat. Also comes with a little logo there. I've got this very cheap nylon sheath that doesn't fit it very well. So I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. You could probably fit something else in there much better, and something that would actually need it, like a Leatherman or something. Let me see what I have here. Here's a sidekick. Look at that. So if you've got a sidekick, fits in there fairly well. So not sure the deal with that. That's not going to get used. And then you get a free gift. I don't know what the gift is. I haven't bothered to deal with that. So all in all, presentation's kind of odd. You get a canvas pouch and a scabbard that doesn't fit it, or a sheath that doesn't fit it. So just FYI. But back to the knife. Not even sure where to start with this guy. The scales are G10. Kind of in a bamboo pattern. Looks cool. Not super comfortable. I wouldn't want to, between the kind of the humps, the grooves, the ridges, the pocket clip, it's not super comfortable. So I wouldn't want to use it for a long period of time, but it's fine for regular kind of EDC use. Where you're not going to be really using it for more than 30 seconds or so, opening a box or whatever. So not super impressed with that. They did well with the lock there. Got a nice liner lock, works well. Which brings me to my other point about the slip joints, or friction folders, I should say. The traditional friction folder had this thing sticking out, so when you're using it, it can't close on you because you've got it either with your thumb, or some of them are quite long and they'll go down, and your hand holds the blade out. I don't know why they stuck with that when you have a liner lock, because it just kind of sticks out there. They could have done a flipper, could have done thumb studs, could have opened it the more traditional ways, but I'm guessing it was just to stick with tradition, but it's just kind of odd. When it's in your pocket, the thing I was worried about is when it's in your pocket, if something, if you bump into something with your leg and it pokes out, now you've got that, which I've been carrying it for maybe a week or two. That hasn't happened, but I did kind of grab my pants and wiggle it around, and it did pop out a little bit because you couldn't go very far because the hem of your pants is right here, but even if it's just like that, like you could be in a dangerous situation. So it's unlikely it's going to happen, but it's definitely more possible with that thing sticking out. You do have a little bit of jimping there, but it is very small amount. You hardly feel it when you're running your finger across it. But it's better than nothing, I guess. Fit and finish is actually pretty good. The washers in there are nice and tight, which is good for wiggle, not so good for opening. You've got pressure all the way down. There's not really any flicking this thing open because it is, as you can see, you can put that anywhere and it's gonna stay. It's not so, and opening took me a little while to get used to it, but if you do that 40 or 50 times, you pretty much got it. So for $50, I'm not sure. The pocket clip is kind of phoned in. There's no no milling in there. They didn't try to make it deep carry at all. They didn't try to recess the screws. I mean, that's just kind of stuck on there. Size-wise and money-wise, if you look at a Elementum, you're looking at very similar sizes there. It's a little bit smaller, but you get a lot more with Elementum. This particular one's going to cost more, but you can get Elementums in about the same price range. And then I also came up with this. The K-Bar Dozer is almost exactly the same size, and you could get two of them for the price of this one. And it's much thinner. Dozers are very thin anyway, but this one's a little chunky. Which adds to kind of the discomfort when you're holding it. But anyway, unless you just really like the Japanese motif, I'd probably stay away from this guy. For $50, there's so much more out there. You could get a Spyderco, you could get like a Tenacious Spyderco, get a couple of Dozers, Elementum. I mean, the list goes on and on for what you could get for $50. So I'm not sure that this would be very high on the list, but if you like this aesthetic and don't mind some of the downfalls of the pivot being stiff, and the little bar sticking up there, then it might be the one for you. I don't know. But anyway, that's my take on this. The Katsu, I'm not going to say the whole name again, but I'll leave a link below. You can check it out on Amazon. If you have any questions, let me know. And please subscribe if you haven't. And y'all have a good day. Thanks.